So it looks like I have an accidental project for September's video. My laptop, which I've been using for college and my general use, kind of fell while I was going down the stairs. It is not working right. As you may notice, I have two of them of the same exact model. This is actually the one that fell, and this is the backup one that I found that I got. Luckily I can just swap the hard drive between the two and it pretty much works the same. Now for this one it seems to turn on, but the screen doesn't work, so we're going to take it apart partially and we're going to see what we can do to fix it. It's slightly difficult for me to say this off of the top of my tongue, so I'll just kind of put it up to the camera and say it and read it off of it. There's two different models pretty much for Vaios. I have not learned exactly why, but this one, the model is PCG-61911L, and then the other, which is the product name, is VPCEG2BGX. Both of these were made in 2011, and both of them have a Windows 10 Pro license that came with it. I'm sorry, not Windows 10 Pro, a Windows 7 Pro license. So since I have a completely working one that I can use, and I also have this for reference, I'm going to take apart the broken one, and we're going to see if the screen part just popped off or if there's something worse. I have not tried connecting it to an external monitor yet, so that will also be part of the steps that I take. Alright. First, as always, you should detach the battery. This one's relatively simple. The original batteries in these were both shot, so I got third-party ones. They're kind of costly now. They seem to fluctuate in price in the last year that I've got these. So I think I got one for 20 bucks. I think I also got the other one for that, but sometimes the listing went up to like about 50, 60. So we have the standard things on the bottom. Here's the bay for the RAM. Here's the bay for your main drive. Here's the optical drive, which seems popped out a little bit, which I don't know how much of that was from the fall and how much wasn't. This particular model was made in August of 2011, and this is the first one that I got. I am trying to look for a third one of these. I actually like these, even though they're kind of old at this point, and they're running a second gen i5. It is a quad core though, and interesting enough, it does Windows 10 pretty well. I'm going to use my recently purchased toolkit from iFixit. This is not a sponsored deal. I wish I was sponsored. Bear with me a minute. At this angle, it's a little hard. Now, I did previously remove the RAM and the drives from the bay, because I had to swap it over to my working unit. I also picked up this tool instead of using air cans constantly. It has two ends, one that's just a finer thing of this, that's more narrow, and then this one which has a brush to kind of help you get dust out instead of buying the air can every time. So far it works pretty good. And we might as well take out the optical disc drive. Looks like it's out of place to begin with. These particular models actually come with a Blu-ray reader. This reads Blu-rays and it burns and writes DVDs and CDs. Now that I've demonstrated that, we're going to see how easily I can pop off the bezel of the screen. I want to see if something popped off in here, because the power light does seem to pop on when it turns on, but I'm getting nothing in the display. Alright guys, I acquired one of those pads. I don't want to lose any of the screws. I also had to turn on the fan because it is getting rather warm in here. I'm not used to this kind of heat in September, at least not in my region. So if I'm right, we have two screws, and it looks like there are two other points at the bottom of the bezel. I'm unaware if there's an iFixit video or any YouTube videos going over this being. So far I've noticed no physical damage really. I will remove the monitor since I think that might be damaged, and we'll see if it boots normally without that. I assume this is the video cable, just judging by its position with the rest of the unit. And I'm going to remove the hinges here, and we'll pop off the monitor itself and open that up and see what's going on. Huh, some dust. I'll clean this off a little bit. Alright, so last time I got it to boot with just the main board, but not with anything else attached. Excuse me. Alright, so last time I got it to boot without the main board, so we're going to try to put it back together. I'm going to attach the screen first, and then the DVD drive, and we'll see if it boots into BIOS. Alright, my next step is we're going to take off the actual screen from its assembly, and we'll see if it was detached on that end, or if there's any damage on that side. If there is, we'll just try reattaching it. I'm not going to do a full reassembly until I know that something's okay. Okay. Time to reassemble everything else. So it looks like we're back at Windows. So pretty much 2 or 3 really bad things happened to me while I was working on this. One, some of my stuff got knocked loose. So pretty much all but one of these little rubber nudges for the screen are gone. I have no idea where they fell. I don't see them on my floor at all. I took the drive that was in this and was using it in the spare one, and for some reason the Windows file got corrupted. So that was painful, and then I remembered that I had the old drive that I had that was a lower level of storage for the solid states. The most irritating thing happened. Somehow this was stuck not on the little switch part that's attached to the motherboard, even though I would have never done anything to remove that or change its position while I was taking everything apart. And the actual switch part attached to this piece broke. So the plastic physical switch is still there, but the switch part that attaches to the main board is gone. There we have it, guys, an actual finished Vaio repair video. I'm still rather irritated that I had those small issues as the missing rubber parts. I am glad, though, that we didn't have to buy any actual parts and wait for those. Unfortunately, it looks like most of the parts that I found listed on eBay for this unit since last year are no longer listed, so that means it's going to be harder to get parts for one of these. The other plus side is pretty much everything works, so if my main unit does get damaged, or my second unit does get damaged, I can use this one as for spare parts. I am very irritated, though, that I broke the actual physical switch part for the wireless lock mechanism. I mean, I can live with it, and I did get to adjust it on the main board so that way it's constantly on, but that not being a feature is still irksome. The audio works, the video works, the output works. I just want to say how much I enjoy actually using a Vaio. I know not many people out there probably still use them. Some of you may have fond memories of them back in the day, before Sony discontinued them in 2013, I believe. And how Vaio today is around only as a business class thing in the US, which it's out of most people's price ranges, so you won't really see them commonly. But I really wish I had the funds and somehow the ability to just get all the spare Vaios that are left in the US, and possibly even Canada, and just kind of fix them up and save them and preserve them. I really like this series of computers, and I don't want to see them completely disappear. Well, there you have it. There's the video for September already. I didn't expect to get it done this soon. I am glad, though, that things went relatively good compared to some of my other video projects I've worked on in the last 2 years. And hopefully we'll find another Vaio to work on. I bid you all farewell. I really hope everybody's staying safe and enjoying the year so far. Hopefully September's going good for everyone. And until next time, stay safe.